Tesla has a history of struggling with car manufacturing. Even before the cars were delivered, concerns arose about the panel alignment of the Tesla Roadster, leading to discussions on forums. As the company grew and its cars hit the road, complaints became common about issues like leaky windows and mispositioned wire looms in the Model S, drooping window seals and rattles in the Model X, and various problems with the Model 3, including condensation in headlights, interior paneling coming off, misaligned exterior pieces, inconsistent paint jobs, and seal failures. Regardless of the year, model, or factory, buying a new Tesla has always been a gamble, with negative experiences being shared on platforms like Twitter. While social media posts are anecdotal, the concerns about Tesla's inconsistent product quality extend beyond individual complaints. Searching on YouTube for Tesla build quality yields more negative feedback videos than positive ones. Similarly, a majority of respondents in a Tesla subreddit poll reported experiencing minor or cosmetic issues with their vehicles. Even Elon Musk himself acknowledged that the company's build quality suffered when production ramped up. Consumer Reports' annual reliability rankings also placed Tesla near the bottom in 2021 and 2022. Delivering consistent and reliable vehicles has been an ongoing challenge for Tesla, but it is not something the company has tried to hide. This lack of consistency is expected from a company like Tesla, which is not a traditional car manufacturer but a disruptive force aiming to revolutionize the industry. Despite the flaws, consumers are willing to overlook minor problems because they believe in Tesla's mission for a greener future. However, even after building the cars, Tesla faces difficulties in delivering them smoothly. While there have been instances of punctual deliveries, such as the Model Y in late 2022 due to increased production capacity and low demand, there have also been delays, like in September 2018 when Tesla struggled to meet the high demand for the Model 3. Despite the delivery challenges, Tesla enthusiasts have shown loyalty and dedication by offering to volunteer at delivery centers and assist with customer service. What Tesla customers found frustrating was the lack of communication and feeling deceived. Some customers arrived at delivery centers for their new Model 3 only to discover that their vehicle wasn't available, it had been damaged during shipping, or they were mistaken for someone else with the same name. Others eagerly awaited their delivery deadline, only to receive a last-minute call informing them of another delay. Frustrated, some customers demanded refunds, while others turned to Twitter for answers when they couldn't reach anyone at Tesla. These experiences shaped the customers' opinions. Eventually, Tesla managed to resolve the initial issues, and the early adopters who had been exasperated finally received their cars. However, the problems persist. Buyers still find their delivery dates pushed back by a month, and the "get ready for delivery in 2 weeks" notices accumulate in their inboxes without any progress. Frustrated customers continue to seek answers on Twitter because it's the easiest way to get a response. The frustrations extend beyond the complex buying process. Teslas are now more common, and some of them are already a decade old. Despite this, Tesla only has 163 service centers across the United States. This means that Tesla owners in locations like Flagstaff, Arizona, are about 150 miles, 240 kilometers, away from the nearest certified service center. Those in Wichita, Kansas, have to travel across a state border and endure a 2-hour drive to access service. Additionally, service centers have a limited number of loaner vehicles, so Tesla provides Uber vouchers for transportation between cities like Phoenix and Flagstaff or Kansas City and Wichita. While the company is expanding its mobile service fleet, it struggles to keep up with the growing number of Teslas on the road. As a result, Tesla's service capabilities, whether stationary or mobile, are overwhelmed. Wait times for appointments have increased from days to weeks, with a growing likelihood of cancellations. Tesla's driving functions are reliable, thanks to the electric drivetrain. However, customers face numerous issues with other aspects of the vehicle, such as rattling noises, error tones, and wind squeals, which persist for years. This leaves customers feeling cheated by Tesla, as they paid luxury car prices for something that looks good but feels cheap. Consequently, the company is losing its existing customer base, which is the most likely to purchase future Teslas. This poses a significant problem, and it also raises concerns about the company's ability to attract new customers. Tesla doesn't appear to be offering enticing deals, as a comparison between the Model Y long range and the Mustang Mach-E Premium reveals marginal differences in terms of acceleration, range, and a slightly higher price. A similar situation arises with the Model S and the Lucid Air in the high-end market segment, where the Lucid Air matches or outperforms the Model S in acceleration and range, while being competitively priced. And if you go all the way to the opposite side of the market, Chevrolet surpasses Tesla. The base model Bolt EV by Chevrolet starts at a price that is $15,000 lower than the base Model 3, while offering similar specifications. Therefore, it is evident that Tesla is not aiming to compete based on price. Perhaps they are trying to attract the market by offering something unique, a vehicle that nobody else offers but that everyone desires. Despite their minimalist design, Tesla's product lineup can be described in broad strokes: mid-market sedan, mid-market SUV, upmarket sedan, upmarket SUV, nothing more. Interestingly, Tesla had the chance to differentiate its product lineup and recognized the tremendous opportunity it presented, but disappointingly, they did not seize it. Year after year, it is never a surprise to see the Ford F-Series topping the list of American vehicle sales. This holds true in states like Kansas, Texas, and Louisiana, where the pickup represents approximately 1 in every 20 new car sales. In Wyoming, it's closer to 1 in 16, while in Montana, 1 in every 13 new cars is a Ford F-150. These pickups are incredibly popular, and the only vehicles that come close to their sales figures are comparable models such as the Chevy Silverado or Ram trucks. Americans simply adore their pickups, and the market for them is exceptionally consolidated compared to other vehicle types. Recognizing this, a decade ago, Musk announced that Tesla would target the F-150 with an electric equivalent, a prime opportunity to disrupt a vulnerable market. However, 6 years later, Ford announced its plans to build an electric version of the F-150, and 3 years after that, it entered production. Today, there are thousands of F-150 Lightnings on the road, while Tesla has yet to release any electric pickups. Adding to Tesla's challenges, the market was already initiated by the Hummer EV and Rivian R1T, meaning there are 3 manufacturers currently in production, ironing out issues and scaling up for massive production in 2023. Even if Tesla manages to start producing the Cybertruck as early as possible, it will face competition from at least 3 major, well-established competitors. Many critics have raised numerous concerns about the Tesla Cybertruck concept, speculating that consumers may reject its audacious design, regulators may disapprove of its innovative features, or that component costs may make its purported price unrealistic. All of these concerns could hold some truth, especially considering Musk himself admitted that the company conducted no market research for the vehicle. However, perhaps the most crucial critique of the Cybertruck is the simple fact that it does not yet exist. The initial moves matter greatly. Consumers can read reviews about the Lightning, test drive a Rivian, or even walk into a dealership and purchase a Hummer EV today. In contrast, the Cybertruck is merely listed under the More section of Tesla's website, devoid of any specifications or prices, offering only the option to leave a $100 refundable deposit for the opportunity to join the waiting list once the vehicle finally becomes available. While a devoted few may believe that the Cybertruck will revolutionize the market, it would have been far easier for Tesla to define the market years ago when they first recognized the potential opportunity that they later squandered. However, it is possible that Tesla is not attempting to compete on cost or differentiation. Instead, China could be the answer. Tesla has shown enough belief in this by cultivating a relationship with the Chinese Communist Party and establishing a factory in Shanghai primarily for producing cars for the Chinese market. This venture has been moderately successful, with tens of thousands of vehicles being sold to China each month, accounting for about 40% of Tesla's total sales. Nevertheless, in the world's largest electric vehicle market, Tesla does not hold the top position. That honor goes to BYD, which globally produces more electric vehicles than any other company and has surpassed Tesla in terms of volume. Even more remarkable is BYD's rapid growth rate. It is notoriously challenging for Western companies to compete sustainably in the Chinese market, as evidenced by the failures of Amazon, Uber, Airbnb, Google, Best Buy, Home Depot, Macy's, eBay, and Yahoo. The successes are few and far between. China's market is so vast that there are local alternatives of equivalent quality that better align with the preferences and needs of Chinese consumers, leaving Western companies perplexed as to why they are being outperformed. Chinese companies excel at catering to the unique and nuanced preferences of their domestic consumers, which means Tesla's vehicles are inherently less suitable for Chinese consumers compared to the homegrown alternatives. Unless Tesla can succeed where most of its counterparts have failed, they will struggle to comprehend why they can't gain a strong foothold. While foreign-made vehicles do sell in China, they primarily function as luxury goods, capitalizing on their American, German, or British brand identity rather than solely competing based on the merits of their vehicles. That implies that China has the potential to be a massive market for Tesla, but the company will struggle to achieve mass market status. They will always remain a secondary player, which raises questions about whether it is a market worth investing in. So, perhaps it's not about price, differentiation, market, or any of the conventional ways that companies gain a competitive edge. Maybe it's about innovation. In 2016, after being abandoned by its previous autonomous partner due to safety concerns, Tesla embarked on a new vision for full self-driving and quickly introduced a software package called Full Self-Driving for $3,000. However, full self-driving didn't truly encompass complete autonomous capabilities. Instead, it included features like adaptive cruise control, auto steer, auto lane change, auto park, and traffic light recognition, which required driver intervention and monitoring. Musk stated that true full self-driving would likely be achieved in 2017, enabling coast-to-coast trips from LA to New York without any human input, not even for charging. However, this never materialized in 2017 or subsequent years. Despite this, Musk and Tesla salespeople, following instructions, urged customers to purchase the software upgrade, claiming that the price would increase, which it did, eventually reaching $15,000. Yet, even today, Teslas are not capable of full self-driving. Although an open beta version of a more advanced autonomous system exists, it falls far short of the touchless trips envisioned from LA to New York. It is erratic and imperfect, requiring significant human oversight and intervention to prevent potential road hazards. Arguably, it currently poses more problems than benefits. However, for Tesla, the issue is not solely whether its full self-driving technology works. It's the fact that for almost a decade, the company has repeatedly made promises it failed to deliver on. The promised game-changing autonomous capabilities attracted customers, but once again, the company has disappointed its most promising customer base, existing owners. Tesla is now facing class action lawsuits and Department of Justice investigations related to its autonomous program. Even if these legal matters don't lead to significant consequences, the reputation Tesla has earned as a company that fails to fulfill its promises will undoubtedly have an impact. Okay, so if it's not about price, differentiation, market, or innovation, could it be about Elon Musk himself? Is his strong personal brand so influential that consumers buy Tesla vehicles specifically because of him? Is he the face of the brand? Moreover, is he intentionally shaping his public image to appeal to a demographic less inclined to purchase electric vehicles, thereby strengthening that particular consumer segment for the company? However, it is possible that Tesla is not attempting to compete on cost or differentiation. With issues regarding quality, customer service, broken promises, and an overall amateurish impression, consumers are opting for safer choices and increasingly considering options from established manufacturers. In the meantime, startups like Rivian are addressing Tesla's shortcomings by offering superior quality, customer support, and communication. So, Tesla is simply sitting there, hoping for their competitors' downfall while watching their market share dwindle. Tesla's competitive advantage was initially built on scarcity. They were the only significant player in the EV race for a large part of their history. Consumers were willing to overlook quality and service issues because it was the price to pay for something groundbreaking. However, Tesla is no longer a startup. It has become one of the largest companies globally, yet it still operates with a startup mentality. On the other hand, companies like Ford, GM, Volkswagen, Rivian, and others are acting as mature players in the industry. Changing company culture is notoriously challenging, and it becomes even more difficult as a company grows larger. Therefore, it is difficult to comprehend how Tesla's startup mentality will evolve considering its massive size. Tesla's missed opportunities are regrettable. They had a 10-year head start in an emerging industry that will eventually become the auto industry itself. They had the potential to become the leading auto manufacturer, a giant like Ford, GM, and Chrysler. However, instead of capitalizing on their advantages, other electric vehicle manufacturers have emerged and gained popularity, becoming strong competitors. While Tesla continues to make excuses, break promises, damage relationships, and swing for the fences in an attempt to keep hope alive, its competitors are slowly and methodically eroding its market share. Perhaps Tesla will succeed, leveraging its dominant market position to maintain its position, but it is certain that it will be much more challenging than necessary. The day of mature and mainstream EV market competition was always destined to arrive, and yet Tesla did little to prepare for it while providing ample opportunities for its competitors to eat into its market share. Therefore, if Tesla is not the largest car manufacturer in America in 10 years, the explanation is likely to be more about what it failed to do in the preceding years than what it accomplishes in the next decade. Even if these legal matters don't lead to significant consequences, the reputation Tesla has earned as a company that fails to fulfill its promises will undoubtedly have an impact. That's it for this video. So, what do you think? Feel free to discuss in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Trending Updates.